everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Unturned podcast. I'm your host, cucuycharles, and we're joined once again by the Knight Rider.
Sex.
Trident Games.
Intercourse.
Z-Man, 1064.
Sex.
And we have a special guest today. Witness.
Is he really special, or is he
That's
like?
not my. Can you say my full? I like that you didn't say my full name. You like
Witness.
Trident. You said Trident Games.
No, it's
Z-Man
Witness
1064.
It just sounds
stop. No, it's Witness P. Erection.
Charles to the podcast.
Okay.
Okay, coitus, sex, penis.
I'm gonna start calling Charles that. Cucuy coitus.
I'm gonna start calling him Witness Erection.
Yes.
That's not funny, man.
Dude,
It's funny.
we started this
You're not
episode, I
funny.
want to like talk, and y'all just like come up with all this dumb shit.
Welcome to the
That's
podcast.
Can I say,
awesome.
okay, I want to say one thing real quick before we start this actual episode. We've been
we're not
having,
starting?
it's been like, no, because technically it's like the beginning intro, okay? Technically, yes, it did start, but it's the intro. We had like Nilex, we asked Nilex about like 3 weeks ago. We asked him 3 weeks ago, I think, at this point, if he wanted to be on the show, and he said, yeah. And he was supposed to be on this episode, but again, just didn't respond to my messages yesterday and today. So,
Don't respond to my DMs. Nilex, I'm your biggest fan.
so we have with this P. Rection here.
Yep. Accurate. Yep.
So
I
so
agree.
for just context for people that we've been saying Nilex was on the show, but at this point, I don't know if I'm not really sure if he's trolling us. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't get mad at him.
He is a busy guy.
This
He
is why
goes
you
to
don't
university.
People who live in the British area.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
I'm
again,
fairly
like,
certain he works a job as well. Like he is a busy guy.
Man, he doesn't get enough money off of YouTube, man. Maybe he should upload more often.
well, he was sick
Really?
for 2 weeks, so I mean, it's
Exactly.
fair.
I mean, he still could do the RP videos with a raspy voice.
Yeah, he could be like.
he could just use his other audio. He could
I love
change
Nilex.
everything.
You could say he had the zombie virus and he RP'd somebody in his last moments of life.
I
Bro,
don't know.
No, Justin,
stop,
we can't
man.
rob that bank.
No, it's like, no, Justin, we can't rob the bank. I'm literally becoming a zombie.
I've actually never
Nilex,
really.
what happened?
Just for context, I've
guy.
never really watched a Nilex video. Like,
Oh,
I've never
come on,
really.
Why are you inviting him on the
Charlie.
podcast?
Because there's a lot more
Okay, I'm
interesting
about to-
things than
okay.
just his content that I
No,
like
but
to
there's
ask
like,
him.
you remember that one
Every
scene
single
where
one of
like,
his videos.
like at the very end of one of his videos where it's like, he finally catches the bad guy, he has his Lee Enfield, they're on the crane, and then he just shoots him.
He has like, does he have like 200 plus episodes? I don't even know how many episodes.
I don't know.
I wish
I
he'd
just
make
remember
another
that
movie,
specific
bro.
moment.
That was voice acted by the Union.
Yo, for
was
real?
it actually?
Was it
Yeah,
actually? He
the
played
Morgan. What a fucking
No,
Negan
you know who I
ripoff.
am.
The Negan ripoff.
the Negan ripoff was Union. Yeah.
That is pretty dope.
That's some lore I didn't know about.
Yeah, same.
It's in the description of the video.
I never
mean-
read the
Man,
description.
who reads
you
the
guys should
descriptions?
See,
read
that
the
doesn't
descriptions
read.
more
See, that
often.
doesn't read.
That's why I credit everybody in the description, because nobody reads them.
What?
Stop
Bruh.
Alright,
Z-
play the game.
Z-Man can't read. I'd like give him something and he just can't read.
Look, I'm the one here that has had sex.
you
I'm-
can't
I'm-
read,
Okay.
but you
I'm-
can't read.
I don't read. Get more
Trident
pussy.
Games has. Okay.
No.
What?
Don't talk shit about
Actually,
Trident.
yeah,
No, no,
wait,
no, I
no.
could've
Let's
tried
expose that real quick.
My man.
Man,
With a
that's
woman.
not saving it
With a
to
woman.
marriage. Y'all are
With a
smart.
with a woman?
With a
Why
woman.
would it be different if it was
No, it
with
was
a man?
with a
Trident?
man.
They're with a
Why
woman.
would it be different?
I'm straight. You silly
Hey, yo,
goose.
hold up.
L, not for
What do
long.
you, what?
I was like, so it's spaghetti until it's wet, and then this fat girl with blue hair and zits comes up to you, like,
Don't,
I don't know. I don't know what this is in
No,
context.
no, but like,
What are we
it's-
saying?
We've
no,
talked
I
nothing
could've-
about
no,
Unturning
I'm
except for
just-
Nilex.
I'm just saying, I could have
Podcast.
gotten laid if it wasn't for the COVID pandemic. Oh, shoot.
Hey,
are-
no one cares.
Are
Start
we
the show.
recording this?
No.
Are we recording
Of course you did.
yeah, are you sure you want to put this on the internet?
this?
You
Did
gotta
we
put
actually
your
start?
finger
Because
from
like
it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. At this point, I don't know.
You guys are fucking mid. Start the show.
Bruh,
Alright.
You want me to
start
restart the whole
start
app?
the
Z
show.
mid, more like Z mid.
You asking me to restart the whole episode? Is that what you're asking me?
You were actually recording? What the
Well, what's the point, right? We're just doing. We're not recording. We're just not gonna record here. What do you mean?
There should be like the 100 episodes for this.
The 100 episodes.
So witness erection. What exactly do you do for the Unturned community?
Oh my fucking god!
I don't really do anything. I just make videos.
Why is he here? Why is he here?
I'm not really an Unturned.
He's
I mean,
been
I guess I am.
For a while.
Actually, wait. Witness. What are your pronouns so I don't misgender you while talking?
You can really say anything.
All right. So why are they here?
Witness. It's witness/protection.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. All right.
Trident knows.
Z-Man,
why am I here? Because you guys couldn't get Nilex, so you decided to get the closest thing.
Yeah. Well, basically, you have said that. You have said you were the closest thing to Nilex. So.
I think Danaby's technically closer.
He doesn't count.
Okay.
Danaby doesn't
want to be on.
Just for context, he literally, when this was like begging 6 times to be on the app. Like, there's been like 3 apps.
I wasn't begging. I'm saying, like, you guys,
anyone that's like
watching
watching
your opportunity.
Go to my Discord, go to the Discord server and look at messages from Witness.
Yeah, it's just me saying, you guys better have me on. You're gonna miss the opportunity. I'm gonna be super mega famous.
I mean, that is true. He is growing pretty fast.
Okay, yeah. So about like fame, you got nearly 8. I think it's like 18 or 20K on that one Unturned in 2020. Too.
Yeah, that's surprising to me as well.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. So
I think actually.
I think it's because I helped you edit that video, right?
That's true. That is true. But
yeah.
I also want to say that we're talking about this fucking guy doesn't even listen.
This guy keeps playing Subnautica. Oh my god, even worse.
Subnautica. Listen, actually, I think a lot of Unturned videos when that one did pretty well, right? I think a lot actually did incredibly well. So like, I think around the same time that one got a lot of views, the Diddley podcast got a lot of views. So I think at that point, for some reason, Unturned spiked on YouTube, but I'm not certain, obviously.
No, there was a spike in the Philippines.
Unturned had
yeah.
Unturned had 50K yesterday, and it's 24-hour peak.
Do you guys want to talk about that real quick? Want to talk about this weird like spike that happened in Unturned during the Diddley episode?
No.
During that time, there was a fucking Knight Rider.
Because I think it's weird to see like a random huge spike in viewership from recommended. By the way, it was all by recommended, and I think we were all cross-referencing our channels to look and see if there was a spike on everyone's, and there was a huge spike of people from the Philippines watching videos from recommended during when Diddley's episode came out. So it is confirmed that, literally the world hates Eunice. That's literally confirms that.
Fuck you.
No, but
I love Eunice.
It was interesting because I couldn't find any content on YouTube and I believe Twitch from anything from the Philippines. So there might be like a weird service or some like other website that's like hosting Unturned that promoted it and then got so much traction that it trickled down to us. It had to be someone huge because that amount of traction doesn't come from just no one. Like even I remember seeing this for the Millennial versus Zoomer Humor when I had my Rice video that ever appeared on my channel, and the trickle down effect from the I think KSI and PewDiePie talking about the Millennial versus Zoomer Humor trickled down to my video and gave my video like an extra 160 views, which it was at 100. So it basically doubled the views because of them talking about it. And you can see in the analytics, it's kind of crazy. So it's interesting to see, but I don't know where it's coming from. If anyone knows, if there's any Philippine streamer on some weird website or something like that streams some of Unturned and then completely recommended it to the Philippines, then I would not like to know. I'd like to know.
You could also consider that maybe the YouTube has just gotten bigger in the Philippines all of a sudden.
Wasn't there a Filipino fucking earthquake or something that happened?
So
how does that correlate?
What the fuck?
How does that correlate?
Earthquake in the Philippines. Time to watch YouTube. Nah, we don't know for certain if there was also a growth all around on YouTube. So maybe if the Philippines just got a COVID lockdown or whatever, so a lot more people were on YouTube or whatever. Or or it might just be an Unturned localized thing. Obviously, we don't have the data sets or anything. We don't know anyone else outside of Unturned.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I mean, I think we did. Me and Zaman did look into it to see if it was like a COVID lockdown, and the only recent news the Philippines government released was that they were doing military operations with the United States. That was it. So I'm not sure about what exactly was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's weird that Unturned got a huge spike. And by the way, I believe the Philippines mainly speak Spanish, like the main language. I think it is Spanish, but I could be wrong. No.
Filipino.
It's like
because they were a Spanish colony at one point. I remember if I remember correctly.
They were, yeah.
And they were
no, it's like it's got a strange name that I can't remember. Tagalog, I think, something like that.
The main language? Okay.
Yeah, I think I know a guy who speaks Tagalog. I'm obviously butchering the pronunciation, but that is, I don't think it's, I definitely know that the main language is not Spanish. Tagalog is like a derivative of Spanish. It's sort of like Afrikaans, where that's a combination of Dutch and German.
Yeah, it's just weird.
That's my assumption. It is a strange language.
It's just weird to see that they were beating out Canada and the UK when it came to viewer base. They were second to the United States when it came to the analytics of Unturned at that point when it came to our channels. So I'm not sure if anyone else saw like a huge spike, but it was across all of ours. We all saw that spike, and it was all, I believe, Unturned related. So very interesting, very interesting. A little bit of something weird.
Yeah.
There is a video, Witness, that you posted that I think we talked about it in the, I forgot what episode.
You talked about it 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, I barely talked about it though. It was
barely. You talked about it for end. Like a quarter of the episode.
Oh, it was the
my top 5 things. Yeah, I mean,
you didn't heart my comment where I'm like, they need to add sex to the game.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think it was that funny.
It was funny, man.
Come on. I surely hearted it. I usually heart most comments.
You did it.
There's this one guy who keeps commenting H on my videos. I like that guy.
Just the letter H.
H.
Yeah, I mean, that video was... I mean, you guys have talked about it already, but, like, I could have... There's a lot more, but I just was, like... A lot of my content is me just getting really lazy and just being like, I'll just shorten it. Which is not a great idea, because obviously longer form videos are going to do better. But...
But I was gonna ask you about the video. Was there anything specifically that you wanted to add on the video, but you like took out? Because I believe there's a couple more things. I feel
there's a lot of stuff that I could still talk about. I could go into like in depth of what I think Unturned should change, and obviously it's just opinions. But I think if I had a number 6, I would just mainly talk about like building. Because that is a large part of like how much time I've spent on this game. I think I've probably spent... I'm probably in the 95th percentile for people who've spent like time building in Unturned. Like, you guys probably know of Unturned Royale or Unturned Origins.
Yeah.
I had on all 3 of the servers, I had the largest bases, and I was a solo. Most of my Unturned playtime is just on Unturned Royale. I spent an ungodly amount of hours building, and I think Unturned is it's too much of a rigid building system to really like have really creative ideas with structures and stuff. Like look at Rust, and I know that everyone compares Rust and Unturned all the time, but I think it is kind of a fair comparison. In regards to the building, but Rust has a lot more options when it comes to like actual structure design, where Unturned has these very like linear structures. Rust has like wiring systems and a lot more different like block types, and it's easier to upgrade and maintain the base. So I think what I would want for Unturned, I think an easy fix would just be to add like different block types. So quarter blocks, so like a balcony type block. That's my main thing right now, which I've been trying to get Danby to add to his like upcoming thing, which is essentially like imagine a roof tile, but like one of the lengths of the sides is a quarter, so it's sort of like a rectangle instead.
Yeah.
And that would be like a balcony, so you could have like little balconies sticking off the side of your bases and stuff.
So like a half wall on its side.
Yeah, a half wall for a floor.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of like variety with regards to that kind of stuff would be interesting, and I think Elver did take a lot more steps into making builds more interesting with like cosmetic stuff. Mm-hmm. So I think that would be what I would have spoken about, but I felt like I was trying to keep a lot of the stuff short in that video, except for the EXP system, obviously, because that was sort of one I needed to like detail a bit more.
Oh yeah, fuck the EXP system, bro.
But I think, yeah, I mean, I could make a whole video just on building changes, and I think materials sort of need a revamp. Like, weirdly, metal is like substantially easier to get than brick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talked about that as well, but I just think like this is not a jab at Nelson, but I think I respect him for like the whole weekly update thing, when that was like a huge part of the game that made it interesting, right? Because like there was always something new every week. The reason you don't really see that much in most game development is because you can falter with your design concept, right? Like, look at most of the stuff that was added in those weekly updates, and just like consider how much stuff, like how much of that is still like meta or relevant in the main game. Do you guys use claymores? Not really.
No,
like
because they're hard to get.
Sandwiches, like the actual crafting system is really underutilized because most things you can just find and acquire. What makes like cooking useful in video games is that the actual recipes you get give you certain buffs, or are just substantially better to actual just eating raw food that you would just want to eat like actual meals more. Like, look, I think Unturned could learn a lot from Project Zomboid.
It's a good game.
Like, conceptually, those are two different games, obviously. Unturned is sort of a convoluted arena shooter, while Project Zomboid is a actual survival focused game, right? But I think Unturned is in this weird space where it wanted originally to be this survival game, but due to like map design and these like weekly updates, it lost that kind of design goal.
And players as well.
Huh?
Oh, I said players as well. Like,
did it lose players?
Not
well,
really.
not lose,
For
but I
a-
mean,
for
like,
a
players
time-
probably
for a
impact
time
the update.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be it's a difficult task to just remake all of this stuff and make it work. Like, that's not easy, I will admit, especially for Nelson. He's alone. But I think he needs to consider actually hiring some people soon, maybe.
I don't know.
I agree.
I don't think he would
I
ever
know, I
hire
think-
anybody else though.
He really wouldn't, but I agree with that. No, but
I'm not
pretty
saying
sure
he would, but I think he should.
he
Like,
definitely should.
freelance, kind of.
I just feel like the personally the idea of getting more developers has been hurt just because of the console edition, and look what they did. Personally,
That was
because it's just like people that come into your game and like don't really respect it, kind of fuck with it in a way. And Nelson's been trying to avoid that, and that's what happened with console. So I'm not sure. This is just speculation, by the way. When it comes to how Nelson really thinks about this stuff, I'm not sure if that made him more wary of actually getting people to work on his game. Because he said multiple times in multiple different interviews that he wouldn't want more people to work on his game because, again, I think this is like his child, and he doesn't want anybody influencing his child in a way that he wouldn't want it to go in, which is kind of led down the path of, which I believe is the reason why he went down the PvP path. I mean, how many like PvE items or survival based items have been used? Like I mentioned the rain barrels as like the biggest example of like the failures of like PvE items when it comes to just like them being released. It was kind of easy. Like the rain barrel, like you never really see it. I think you like see it sometimes in the middle of nowhere, but you never really see a rain barrel besides RP servers and maybe PvE servers. And even that is just for like probably
I've
aesthetic.
used a rain barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've used them, but I can agree that, like, I think that's an overarching problem there. Like, consider, like, what I said earlier about crafting meals. You don't need to, right? You can just eat lettuce.
That is true.
Yeah,
Lettuce will solve everything.
Lettuce is the meta food item besides an
It's
MRE.
true. It
One more
is true.
tomato. Isn't tomato better?
Nah, lettuce.
It's second to
Lettuce, my boy.
Yeah. And then
You
teal
be
is number one.
sleeping.
Don't be sleeping. Do not sleep on this.
No,
Yeah, I
but
mean-
I will agree there is a bunch of design flaws with PvE when it comes to just like the survival aspect that could have been developed on. I think in retrospect now, it's a lot more clear than when he was doing the weekly updates. Because I don't know how game development works personally, but I could see like him going down a path and then him like it succeeding and then him going down that path. It's like going down a tech tree and then going like one side only and then like relegating the other side to like nothing. That's basically how I felt like
that's a
development went.
decent analogy, I will say.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel like Nelson's development went with Unturned. It went kind of more towards the PvP way, and then kind of left like sometimes going to back into a bit of the survival, but it just never really fully changed it.
This is a theory. This is a very harebrained theory that I've just sort of like come up with in my mind. Unturned as a survival game is inherently flawed because of the map design. Like what we've been saying the entire time is that doing these PvE things is pointless because everything respawns and you don't need to worry about actually sustaining yourself without like the respawning items, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reason like Project Zomboid you actually need to think about farming or like rain barrels are essential in Project Zomboid is because shit runs out. The water gets turned off or like the food doesn't respawn. So I think the problem with a game like Unturned is the fact that it's obviously trying to be an urbanized survival game, right? But you can't have that without needing stuff to respawn because let's say the server goes on for a month, then there's nothing left except for the people who have already like figured out how to sustain for themselves, so it limits new players being able to join. The reason like Rust works is because Rust is a self-sustaining game. You don't need anything to be able to start, right? You just have a rock and you go, and you can get everything with just that. But Unturned is not necessarily like that. You need to find loot to actually accomplish goals. And if loot doesn't respawn, then you can't just craft an axe or you can't craft a tool to actually progress. You need to find some sort of melee weapon to even cut down a tree. So I think Unturned inherently is a bit flawed within a survival aspect. It's sort of reliant on the fact that things respawn, and that makes it so there's a lot of irrelevant features.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree. Even like the makeshift, I guess you could say the makeshift guns was the biggest example of that. Like the Hawkhound just outperforms and the Schofield outperforms. The only good thing that the makeshift like guns have ever really done is that they were able to craft ammo for them, like full on ammo with scrap, and that was really it. So I mean, yeah, I will agree with you. Like the hunting bows and like the makeshift guns that are not like nobody crafts them because again you can just go find a loot. I guess Robocast did say that in his video. Like the problem with Unturned, you can just go find loot. But I mean, inherently, I don't know. because here's the thing. I've always seen. I was on like an idea like what is actually Unturned when people were complaining about Unturned, and I came to the conclusion that Unturned is just a survival, like a casual survival game. Never really was. I think it was never really meant to be played like for longevity. I mean, I have 7,000 plus hours in this game, and you know, people that really do complain about the game have like 2,000, like 8,000. Like they have this amount of hours that the game has given to them, and I kind of think to myself, that's a shit ton of time that you dedicated to a game. Like 100 hours to any game is like kind of crazy if you think about it. But like those amount of numbers, it just thinks to me, was Unturned really ever meant to be a longevity game? And then I go think of the first map, PEI, right? And I think about the spawn location that's right next to the military base, and you just walk into there, and you can get the best gear in the first like 5 minutes. You can get basically the best everything in that base in the first like 5 minutes of the game. And I don't know if people realized, and that was the biggest point for me when do people really think that this game was meant to be longer? I've known that. I guess the older players would want to be longer because they want to enjoy their game more, which just says a testament to the game itself. Then Nelson would track that much time to players for them to be able to complain. Like, I've only seen pretty much like people over 500 plus hours talk about Unturned, like, and really critically when it came to like its mechanics. I don't know. It's kind of interesting to think about that. It's interesting to think about how Unturned technically wasn't. I personally believe it wasn't meant to be longevity. Like let's say, just for example, Rust. It was just meant to be some fun little game, and it got to the point where people wanted more from it. And the sad thing about it too is that Nelson is just one guy, and I think that's the biggest problem with Unturned. Is nothing with Unturned. It's just with Nelson being only one guy and him having the entirety of one of the biggest survival games that he has to take care of, and then now split both of his time between two games basically in development. So I don't know. It's very hard to talk about Unturned, I guess, now when it comes to that idea. I guess, but then again, Nelson would never want to get another developer because he's just too afraid. I believe he's too afraid to see.
Yeah, I think you need to ask him. Yeah. I think you need to ask him if that's like an actual reason that he's scared. Maybe
he was
I think
saying that way before console.
Was he?
Like, yeah, he was very adamant about it. Like, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I mean, he watches. He could totally comment and explain, but.
Yeah, Nelson, if you're still listening.
I vividly remember him way before console, him being like, I think someone was like,
it was Zoom.
Maybe someone asked him. I think it might have been Zoom where he asked him. He's like, yeah, no, it's just me.
I do remember a interview with Zoombi, and specifically he did ask a similar question. It was asking about Rocket Mod. Has Rocket Mod asked you to be like another, like, to help you with Unturned 2, right? And I remember Nelson said, no, I just want to work on it myself, was the short answer, I believe. He said something completely, like, it's basically that, but I forgot exactly what he said, but it's basically, he said, no, I wouldn't want anybody to work on Unturned 2, it's my little thing, right?
I actually don't mind so much that only he works on Unturned 2. I think a lot of the problem that came with the development of Unturned 3.0 was the fact that a lot of people kept asking for features and he would just add them without really thinking about his own design premise, right? That's what I assume. Maybe he had the plan to add planes and tanks and all of this stuff that people asked for anyway. Maybe he planned for that, or maybe he didn't. So I think keeping him as a solo on that project is good. I think that's good, right? What I think, because like right now Unturned 3.0 updates are mainly like bug fixes, right? And like small quality of life additions. I don't see why a separate team couldn't do that. Like even two other guys, right? That sort of listen to community feedback, think about it, and add it. Like the ladder thing, that's not a bad addition. That's such a quality of life addition that I don't think Nelson really needed to be on board to actually accomplish, right?
True. Maybe, but I mean, that too is also I agree, but then again, like based on what console said about Unturned, Unturned's code is a bit of a mess.
Yeah,
I guess that's why he.
Man, we don't talk about console.
That's one thing that's like brought commonly is like the game being really hard coded. So like people who want like certain features, you know, like you know, to mess with the health bar, maybe add like a completely new bar, you know, to like certain things they can't. It's pretty hard for them, or they can't even do it without like plugins. So usually they might either find another way around it, or just probably don't do the feature at all.
Yeah,
see how it is.
It's like I don't know. I guess that might be a main reason too. This is just speculation, by the way. The game is just so like a lot of the code itself is just kind of like old, and that like
it's spaghetti.
I remember this is an interview with I think Xbox. I forgot what was it. Xbox. The recent interview he had with like 2 people. He like. I think they asked him a question.
Xbox is a person?
No, like they had like an
oh my
event
god,
or
Mr.
some, like,
Xbox.
okay, hold on. Okay, it was like a small. I don't think it was a pound. I don't know. But the question was, have you ever looked back at your code and like ask yourself, like, what the hell was I doing? And then Nelson was like, yeah, like, yes, of course. And he's like, I get confused by it all the time of why I was doing certain things.
Bill Xbox.
So I mean, I think it might be that too. It might be like people are not gonna get what the hell this is. That's what Cradle Games is dealing with right now for console. So I mean, it could be that too.
Yeah,
all speculation.
I mean, that is, yeah, that's a valid point. But I don't know. I think I could say it's easy to say. I think Unturned could benefit from rewriting and fixing all of the janky code, right? But that's probably a fucking huge undertaking.
That'd probably be as big as making the game.
From personal experience with like Python and stuff, I've done like simple things, you know, like as Hello World, or doing like a simple like calculator, and like when one thing doesn't work, the whole entire thing just fails to respond. So trying to fix an entire game like Unturned, that's very much elaborately built on just so much complicated code, or just any code for that matter, like that size, is incredibly hard. And that means if he like tries to add a new addition, he has to like accommodate every other single thing to make sure it actually works.
That's so...
Yeah, I mean,
and we've seen in every update too. Like, there's been massive updates that fucked everything. Like there was an update that got rid of the half of the player base. So
there's probably. I'm just scared to think that like maybe the Maple Strike reload animation like makes it so the Huey flies. I'm just worried about shit like that.
Could you imagine?
Like if you remove the Maple Strike from the game, it breaks several other things.
That would be hilarious.
People said that about the bayonet. Like if you got rid of the bayonet, it breaks the whole game. It's like the pineapple PNG.
Oh no.
The pineapple.
The coconut thing is actually fake. I just want to say.
Yeah, that's fake, but it's like a meme.
That's fake as fuck, but it's funny. It's funny to think about because it's TF2, so it's completely plausible.
The coconut PNG holding up all of the Team Fortress 2. Nah.
If you remove 2 Fort from Team Fortress 2, the whole game collapses.
All right, I got a question for witness protection.
What's your question, soldier?
All right, so first off, I remember this happening. I don't know if it was true. Is it true you got blocked by Nelson for?
I never got blocked by Nelson. I just want to say he said he did block me, but he actually didn't. He lied.
What was that? Wasn't it about feet? Wasn't there something about feet or something?
What? Hold up.
Oh, the reason Nelson unfollowed me on Twitter?
Something happened. I remember it being funny, and you got unfollowed or something. Because
right.
What
happened?
So I'm trying to remember.
I was in a call with Danaby, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna DM Nelson.
You asked him
yeah, let me finish. Hold on. So I DM him. I'm like, because I can't remember. When you with the boys, you just sort of talk about shit, right? So we were like, do you think Nelson smokes weed? That's legal in Canada, right? So I sent him a message. I'm like, do you smoke weed? I get a response where he says no. And then that was like 2 days later, right? So at that point, I'm in a call with, I think, Union at the time. And he goes, you should ask him if he smokes marijuana as well. He'll think that's really funny. And I'm like, yeah, I'll go for it. Fuck it. Union's giving me the okay. Union and Nelson are good friends. This is a great idea. So I asked him, hey, do you smoke marijuana, directly after asking him if he smoked weed. And he left me on red. And then I noticed he unfollowed me.
What the fuck? That's what I remember. Didn't you also? I was thinking of the feet thing because I'm pretty sure you asked him what the diameter of his foot was or something.
I asked him the length of his feet because he didn't know what his shoe size was.
And then didn't he get like a full ruler out or something?
Yeah, he was like, "Do you want me to go check my shoe size?" I was like, "Do you have a ruler?" And he was like, "Yeah, I've got an architecture one." And I was like, "All right, that's millimeters." So he gave it to me in centimeters. He has really small feet. I'm not talking shit, but he's got itty bitty toes, my man.
What's this length of his foot?
I think it's 23 centimeters from heel to big toe.
23 centimeters to
That's like 8 inches, I think. No, it's like 10 inches.
9 inches.
Yeah. I mean, they're...
Hold on, let me go get my ruler. I'll be
Oh
back.
my fucking god. No.
This is the new trend. Yeah, that's the last video that's on the Fleshy Pig channel. It's just, I asked the developer of Unturned how big his feet are. I think that's quite poetic.
And that was in the Soy interview. Soy interview, right?
Yeah, Soy was interviewing him, and I asked Soy if I could ask him a question, and SOE didn't know what I was going to ask him. SOE thought I was going to ask Nelson if he had a girlfriend or something, like something gay. But I didn't tell SOE specifically what I was going to ask him. I just said I had a really important question that I needed to ask him, right? And you can hear SOE like sort of panicking,
Giggling,
like going like, "I thought you were going to ask him." And I was like, "Nah, I'm asking about his feet." But yeah, I mean, that's like, I've had maybe 3 in-voice interactions with Nelson. The first was when Russia came out, or the Soul Crystal Easter egg came out, right? And there was like a whole Discord dedicated to figuring out that Easter egg, and I was there live. And I remember Nelson and Me Like Big Boom joined, and I basically said, "Nelson, why the fuck do you keep adding Me Like Big Boom's shitty ass skins? Fucking crayon rocket launcher, what the fuck?" That's basically what I said to Nelson, and he didn't say anything. And then I had the Bunker Arena playtest, which was when I killed Nelson Sexton, which was an amazing time. Amazing. I've always wanted to murder a Canadian, so it was quite a vivid experience. Very, I don't know, people were living... I think, like, if I had a top 5 Unturned moment, that would be it. And then I had the pleasure of asking him how big his feet were.
It's like top 3 is all Nelson related.
Yeah.
My top 5s are Nelson.
I measure my foot.
Oh my god.
How big is your foot?
My foot is 10 inches long.
What the fuck? Y'all got...
Cap.
There's no way your foot is that big.
I'm like small. A size 13, so...
How is a 10-inch or a 9-inch foot small?
That's tiny. Dude, no. Convert that to shoe size. Dude, I've got 30-inch feet right now. I'm looking...
What the fuck are you talking about?
My feet are looking like Kingdom Hearts shoes right now.
You got the clown shoes, bro.
Oh, we gotta pull up in the clown shoes.
Dude, you jealous? You jealous?
That's dumb.
I think that would be an interesting thing. I think we need to start figuring out who has the biggest feet.
Oh my fucking god.
I think this is something that needs to be done.
Wait. So, Witness, what size is your shoe? Like your shoe size?
My shoe size is a size 12 right now.
I'm a size 13.
Damn.
What size? Hold on, let me go get my shoes.
Oh my.
Anyone whose feet are under 10 inches are weird. I don't know.
Weird. This is not. It's becoming reality.
Why
this
are
is
we
real.
about this on the
why?
Huh?
Huh?
This is the most interesting
What?
thing that's been spoken about on the Unturned
What?
podcast for 6 years.
What?
What?
Huh?
What?
I just really hate that.
This boy's just now
Charles, this is
singing a
why we-
Macklemore.
Charles, this is why we don't have randoms on the podcast.
What are you saying?
I'm saying you random, bro.
You ripped off Serati.
You just did budget Serati.
Dude, that sucks. That's gotta hurt.
Budget Serati.
Wait, the biggest survival Unturned content creator was like Paul Source Jr. There was then like Dumb and Dumber. I can't remember the channel's name.
Trident Games.
Okay, I'm not laughing.
He just laughed.
I
Whoa,
didn't.
Paradox.
Dude, literally, I don't know. Did he laugh or did he not?
Was Polosaurus even ever the biggest?
I think he was.
So.
He
I
made
feel
a
like
lot of
Boom.
Unturned
I feel like
survival.
Boom and 2R were still bigger.
But they didn't really make like pure survival.
Wait, what are we talking about?
We're racially profiling Unturned YouTubers now. Apparently,
Okay, so let's
baby.
go. What happened?
Unturned Survival and Unturned.
I think it was generic.
I think like I don't know. I feel like 2R and Boom pulled in the most views if we
They
consider
did.
that.
They did.
They did.
Yeah.
I don't think subscribers really matters, right? Like if you can be a dead channel and still have 3 million subs, right?
Yeah, that's that's
seen
the way to say it.
the-
That's Pulsar's Jr. basically.
Which kind of sucks because I actually grew up watching that guy.
Yeah, he's in the Minecraft.
That's how I got into
catalog.
Minecraft. Yeah,
Dude, that guy. Yeah, it's kind of
I
interesting
would
to think about.
collab with Paul. If ever I get big enough, I'm gonna revive his channel. I'm gonna bring him back.
Trent, technically speaking, you could say the whole entire cast of Gang Z was the biggest survival like content creators at the time.
Nah, it was me. Unturned Royale. No, it was Union. It must have been if you consider the fact that like
You
it
could
was
call
the biggest.
Alpha Squad some Ben.
No, I don't think. I think Union pulled more views than for the. Union definitely pulled the most views out of anyone based on the Unturned Royale stuff.
What do you mean?
So,
I mean, I guess from that era, yeah. Because I'm MLBB pulled in like 200K.
No, yeah, he was huge.
yeah.
That
I think-
hovercraft when it went disappeared, bro, got me shocked, bro. I was scared.
I was shaking.
I was shitting.
When the hotel got broken into and the hovercraft got stolen, it was over, bro. I knew it was over.
Bro. Bro, not the.
Hawaii,
You know what-
Hawaii
you know
was such
what-
a good map at the time too. Like,
I had this thought. I had this thought about Hawaii. They actually added some really good stuff that kind of fixed a lot of problems. Like we were
seriously?
just talking about how useless makeshift stuff is. Hawaii added like the gyrocopter.
Yeah, that gyrocopter.
That shit was
was
not
like-
useless as fuck. That was baller.
I agree.
That means everyone can have like a flying vehicle
Yeah.
and not to rely on stuff spawning in.
That's true. Hey Nelson, make like a makeshift tank
Make-
and a makeshift helicopter.
Makeshift tank is just gonna be a cardboard box that has like a little gun on the
Or a
front.
rocket launcher. Yeah, it has a rocket
That'd be
launcher.
so sick.
That'd be kind of cool.
Okay, no,
Like a little
I shouldn't
makeshift
say
car
that,
with a
'cause
rocket
that's wrong.
launcher. Or like make like a makeshift plane. I would like to see something like that. I think planes would be cooler because
the gyrocopter was a plane.
Was it? It was. Yeah. It was like.
It was a
It
one
had
shot like
plane-
a plane, but it was like a helicopter.
It had plane
basically.
physics.
Dude, it was so
It
weird
had-
to pilot that thing.
It had plane physics, but the braking area was like the roof, so it wouldn't break if you just flew into the ground directly.
That was sexual when they did that.
Yeah, the gyro is pretty cool, honestly. You know.
I think we need the gyro to come back.
You know that's a
Recommend that to Danny B.
that's a 7. Add
I
the
just
gyrocopter.
did. I actually just did.
Add the
I think he
gyrocopter
said-
into midterm.
I think what he said to me, he said, and I quote, "GIF
No.
of a cat slapping a train off of a toy train off of a track." That's what he said to me in response
Yo,
to
that,
that.
wait, that was a bar right there.
I'm all about bars.
Bars?
Chocolate bars, more like.
Yes.
No, but I think
But-
was there ever a point where you were able to make the gyro on Washington? Because I have some weird vivid memory that I was able
I don't think so.
I don't think so
I think
either, but...
you have to, like, I remember you can make it on Unturned Royale specifically because we asked Mano if he would add it to just us letting us make it, and he was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? We add cool shit all the time. So everyone on Unturned Royale had a gyrocopter, and we would dogfight. So we would just try to ram each other into the ground because you couldn't shoot off the gyro. So it's just a bunch of people ramming into each other midair at Mach 5.
That's kind of fun.
It was excellent.
I think that's a lot more fun than the jet PvP that exists in the game.
I mean, I think the issue with jets is that they just fly too quickly. Like, they're too fast. It's suffering from success, really. Like, what is the HMG's purpose?
To fucking blow up little kids do air strafing runs.
Yeah, but you have to, like...
Obama RP.
The fact is you have to aim the nose of the plane at the individual, and you're traveling at, what, 3 trillion miles an hour directly at the ground. It's, like, incredibly difficult to actually kill someone with it. You might as well just use the Hind helicopter. The Hind is such a cool vehicle, though. Russia, man. Russia did so many things right, but then so many things wrong. It sucks.
I think
we're still the best.
I think the funniest thing is like going on a server with a Hind, and somewhere like the Hind is like Washington, and like just sitting in above the Space Needle with a Hind and shooting everyone that approaches Seattle. It's the greatest thing ever. It was basically the heli from Rust, but it Unturned. It was so fun because you were able to blowtorch the Hind from the inside. So it was basically, you had like 3 people blowtorching and like had like 2 guys with inventories of HM. Like, you basically be invincible. There'd be no way you would die. That was some good memories you just brought up.
I think Unturned needs more vehicle-based maps because vehicles are such an underutilized thing.
I'd agree.
Or I feel
like,
I don't know,
Kuwait kind of
dude. A Mad Max type map would be so sick, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Makeshift vehicles, scrap metal
makeshift
cars.
vehicles, and there's a lot more focus on survival because it's a large map, and the problem with that though, because Kuwait, I don't know if you guys ever played Kuwait 1.0, not the curated one, but the actual workshop Kuwait map that came out way before the curated one.
No.
Mm-mm.
That had like a quarter of the map, or a third of the map was just an empty desert, and it was shit. So I like to think about the fact like, oh, a Mad Max map where there's a lot of empty space and maybe ruins and shit like that. I'm like, yes, that'd be so cool. But then I just remember Kuwait 1.0 and I'm like, maybe it wouldn't be cool.
Oh, I mean, did it even have ruins, though?
No, I don't think it did. I just think, like, I just think, like, the main player base is not interested in something like that. I just think...
the main player base is stupid.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. You can't be saying that, man.
Well, I think it'd be kind of fun, like, if you were
y'all are stupid. Y'all watching this video, you're stupid.
I think there still hasn't, based on, like, just as a meme map, kind of, there hasn't been a map that has no, like, buildings, or, like, no specific areas of, like, interest. So, like, everything is scattered.
It's difficult. I think it's difficult to really want to break the mold.
I guess
because I don't know. I think if you look at East, I could say, like, I'm trying to think of, like, is there a bad reason to break the mold? And I'm like thinking, you'll sell less boxes if your map is shit. But then I remember, like, Easter Island's box was crap. That's why people didn't buy that, not because the map was bad as well. So I don't think there's any reason to not do something different, right?
I guess so. You hear that? All the one map developer here, and listening to this episode.
Dan is an exception because what he does a lot of things different, but also keeps things like relatively consistent with other maps. They're not huge game changing, oh my god, my nuts are about to burst kind of thing. But it's stuff that's like, oh, this is different. But the core gameplay is still the same, which is good. because it means that it's a more accessible experience, right?
And there's a little transition between both experiences.
Yeah, so I think maybe there's something to be said about risking it and going for like a Mad Max type thing. And yeah, I don't know. I could talk about this for an hour, like thinking about how the balance would work and shit like that, but I just think it's easier to sum it up by saying I think it would be difficult to make it work in collaboration with other maps that are currently out. You know what I mean? Like, everything is so consistent and easy. Like, if you play one map, you can quite comfortably play a different one, right?
Easy.
I think it would be difficult to make it feel congruent.
I agree with that point, but I think there's going to be... If you were to do a map that breaks completely every mold of Unturned has built and all, like, the curated maps have kind of built... I think you'll get you get majority of people probably won't like it, but there probably will be a cult-like following for the map. Like, personally, I mean, I still talk about fucking Carpet, and that's like the worst map.
Shit, though.
The worst map in the game.
It's the worst
right?
map.
No,
but it was so fun.
It's the worst. I wouldn't say it's the worst. Sarati made a video about it. It's not the worst. Okay.
No, I think it's safe to say that.
I think Rio.
No,
I honestly don't think Rio is
Come
as
on.
bad.
Dude, they didn't even model Jesus. They just put a T-posing guy. Come on
That's
now.
kind of funny.
Come on now.
They're the worst. And they're annoying on Twitter as well.
That's true.
The
thing is,
Dude,
it's just so funny. It's just so funny when
SOE
told me. He asked Battlecon, he's like, when are you gonna update Carpet? He's like, what do you mean it's already done?
No.
And I'm like,
Bro.
there's no way. I'm like, there's no way he said that. He's like, yeah, he did.
Well, Battlecon is not
He made BattleBit.
Yeah, but that's dog shit.
What are you talking about? BattleBit's a good game.
No,
Yeah,
Battle
I like
shit.
BattleBit.
Battle shit, my man. That thing's been in development since I was baby.
Is that real?
Yeah, it's been like, if you look at Danimy's channel. Look at Danimy's channel. He has a video on BattleBit like 5 years ago.
It reminds me of like this.
It was.
I wonder if he made. This is a conspiracy I have. I wonder if Battlecot made Carpet to get funds for BattleBit.
Yes, he did. He did. No,
He
that
totally
is
did.
real. That is real.
I'm making a video about it. Fuck it.
This guy.
I'm making a video about fuck this guy for trying to fund his game. What an asshole.
I mean, it was pretty
Alright,
fun.
guys.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it's pretty fun. I mean, when
I don't think
I don't want to
Carpet-
shit on him. I just think it'd be a funny bit.
I think one of the
I don't
core
think
aspects-
Carpet is too bad. I don't think it's bad. It had interesting ideas, but then they used
It did have
compound objects.
interesting ideas, but then they
So wait, if Unturned didn't
Really messed
exist,
it
then
up,
BattleBit
bro.
probably wouldn't have been thought of. Or at least.
True.
Yo,
Unturned Satan Battle Bit. Is that the
video.
conspiracy now?
That's a conspiracy now.
Bro, I'm totally fucking doing. I'm gonna totally make a video about
That's
that. At some
stupid.
point.
That's stupid.
Can you make a nice video for once? Like, you should have done your April Fool's video where you compliment someone.
Yeah, that would have been funny. That
That would've been
funny,
awesome.
actually.
I would watch that.
Dude,
Man, what's
My
the- what's the
entire
point of
channel
being
is
nice?
built
That's
on
not
corpses.
funny. It's not funny to be nice, man.
Yeah,
What?
my
It's horrible.
channel is built on the corpses of role players.
No, it's not. It's built on being an asshole.
Yeah, like that's the
That's true.
thing.
I would like to, in my defense, I'd like to say what's that word? Malevolent asshole?
A millennial?
I'm millennial.
No.
Man, you a zoomer now, bye. You
Benevolent,
zoomer now, bye.
benevolent.
I'm looking
You're
it
a-
up. I'm looking it
It's,
up.
no, it's
I can't.
benevolent.
Maleficent. I love that movie.
No.
No, malevolent means evil. Benevolent means good.
Ben.
Z-Man,
Ben?
quit having dyslexia.
Malignant.
I'm trying to think. It's like
Marisha.
it's what the fuck? What is this word? I'm retard.
Monarch.
Chris Tucker.
Christian.
Madness.
Christian.
I just told you the word. You don't.
What is the word? Night.
Benevolent. Benevolent.
Benevolent.
Malevolent.
Benevolent. Benevolent.
My boy's struggling for real.
Ninja.
I'm that, yeah.
Tyler
No, you're
Blevins.
not.
Tyler Blevins.
Well,
Boy, you like.
I'm not the worst. I'm not that bad. I go
What do you mean
hard.
not
I
the
go
worst?
Hard sometimes I go hard.
He goes
I
hard
go
on the
hard-
people who deserve it.
No, but
bro.
like
I go hard on the
Z-Man,
motherfucking
Z-Man.
paint.
I'm not saying like here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. Are you ready? Here's what I'm saying. Are you ready?
He's not ready. He's not
Are
ready.
you, I don't think you're ready for this. I don't think if you're ready. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Oh my fucking
Are you
God.
ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready for
Are you ready?
I've been ready.
Okay, listen. I just think that your channel is like
Just I thought he just laughed.
I think your channel is based around negativity.
Okay.
I think
And
that is
what's wrong with that?
Shut up, nerd.
No, really,
He got
what's
you.
wrong- I mean, what's wrong with that? The world is negative. That's the point of existence.
let
The
me-
world,
existing.
the world is negative, so I must shit on people.
Yes, exactly.
No.
You're finally getting it.
No,
You're finally
what did
getting it.
Mr. Spammel do?
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, whatever Mr.
You went
Spammel
really,
do.
you went really hard on
What do you
Spammel.
Man,
mean?
come on.
What did he ever do?
Does he
Come
even-
on,
I mean,
that's like-
Brad, I can understand, but I think what you did is you
Yeah,
took
Brad,
some of that
you can-
anger from Brad to Spammel.
Brad?
You can
Brad is
shit on Brad
fucking-
all you want.
Brad's
That's
a
fine with me.
Peen. Brad's a pee-pee.
He's
That's like
South
90%
African.
That's like fucking 80% of my channel recently was just Brad.
And Firen.
Look.
Come on, that was funny.
No, dude, that guy has a mental illness. You just
What is his mental illness?
Does he
I was not
actually?
aware.
I don't know. He's definitely. I think he's mentioned to me that he might be on the spectrum.
Oh my God.
So I
don't
don't
think
know.
he's
It-
never had a problem with the videos though.
I don't know, dude. He used to join Union's Discord and be like, Z-Man is shit.
I mean, I don't know.
So, like, maybe he
Byron
did.
has done a bunch of
That's
weird
real.
things in
That's
my.
real.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. Just real quick.
No.
Byron has done a lot of weird things in my opinion. Like he's talked to Z-Man. I've been in calls with Z-Man because we had the Kuwait SMP and we talked about the videos
yes.
specifically, and we discussed with him about them. And he's like, yeah, at the end of the day, they were pretty funny. I think it was a pretty funny video. He literally said that to us, right?
All right. If he said it, then that's okay with me.
I will bring
Fine
that up
with
because
me.
we did have that SMP, and that's why he even joined in the first place because he thought it would be fun.
Dude, I have like a fucking run. I have a run of firing videos, and all of them are banging.
And then your last firing video was shit because you just blew him up with.
Byron
That
is
wasn't a
like-
real one. That was a
No, it was shit. Because this is on my server. Z-Man shows up. I don't know why. He just had admin and he spawned a bunch of
What,
rockets to
this
try
one?
to bomb Pyron.
Yeah, he tried.
What, this one?
No. The .5 one.
What's that thumbnail?
Man,
It's the
Firen is the
truck,
type
man.
of dude to get mad in the really mad in the.
You know what the
moment.
funny
That's
thing
what
is
we're
about
doing.
I'm back.
in the
Big
video?
man.
Thinks about it, and it's like, yeah, that was
Hold up,
Big fat.
hold up. Can I
Yeah.
reveal something real quick? Z-Man's video, The Great Revenge of Arid, right? Where the main premise of the video was somebody on Firen's team blew up a
Yeah.
car. Now, the car's name was Banar, and it was a gift from Train Dude to Doug, I believe. And the funny thing is, I told Blitz, him, he's like, should I blow up this car? And I said yes. I influenced his decision to blow up that car, which led to the entire base to get bombed by Z-Man.
Charles, you gotta be careful about the
I
things
blew
you
up their
say.
whole
The
base.
butterfly effect.
literally America trying to make their own enemies.
Literally-
All right, we will blow up some stuff and then blame it on this other foreign nation so that we can invade.
Yes, yes, I love false flag.
That's what you did. That's what you did.
The
Charles.
funny thing is like, I didn't know anything. I was like, yeah, just blow up the car. Why not? And it literally indirectly caused that video to even exist because I said to do it.
And now it's like my 10th most viewed. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11th most viewed video of all.
It literally caused
I
that video
feel-
to exist.
I feel bad because like
Charles created everything. He has his fingers everywhere. He's like the Illuminati.
Don't talk about it.
It's like a.
I feel
This guy's
bad
like
about
the kid named Finger.
my big shut up.
Trident.
I feel bad about like the one video on my channel, like that one the Unturned video I have with 20k views. I feel bad because like I had a lot of other clips in it, but that I cut out because a lot of I try to make things flow well. I don't like it when you watch something and then it feels really disjointed when you go into the next clip. And Doug showed up like at the end, but it was weird because like 90% of the funny shit was just Doug making weird noises and running around. But like I would have to like it would be 10 more minutes and like of just him because I'd have to have all the context for why he's doing what he's doing. So I mean
that reminds me actually. No, this reminds me when we took an image.
That's why you make a segment in the video titled "And now Doug."
And now Doug.
You just reminded me when this. You just reminded me of that picture where Doug took a screenshot of me, you, and Z-Man, and we literally Doug cut me out of the image.
Oh
he
yeah,
literally cut me out.
The whole point was like, yo, friendship remade.
And he cut me out.
Yeah, who are you?
I'm sorry, but that like the image became so shit because he had to move everything to you, and Z-Man was on the side, and he cut me out.
Like, his arm. You can still see, like,
yeah, you can see the arm. I just remembered that.
That's it.
Like that's.
Dude, that's all you are.
Literally, just solid, bro. Literally remove the image. That was so funny. That was funny though.
Yeah,
that was a good time. That was funny. That was real. I played Unturned for like 10 minutes, and we jumped on an RP server and got banned instantly. It was epic.
Actually based.
You wanna talk about more Z-Man? Let's make fun of Z-Man real quick.
Oh wait, why did you get banned? Why
you gotta make fun of me, man?
Z-Man, this is something I've been meaning to ask you for years.
Years?
This is years in the making.
Oh god. Okay.
Did you sub-bot when you were at 300 subs?
Did I sub-bot when I was at 300 subs?
Will you admit it?
I did not do that.
Are you sure?
I know exactly what you're talking about, and I did not do that. That was not me.
Are you sure, Z-Man?
159%.
Okay.
Positive.
All right.
I know who did.
Why not 160%? Huh?
So wait, did somebody sub-bot for you?
Somebody sub-botted my channel. Yes, this is true. I had no part in it. The guy messaged me, and
no,
at the time,
dude.
I didn't give a fuck.
Z-Man, you literally said, "Can I get to 300, please?"
This never happened. I don't know what you're talking
I have the screenshots. Me and somebody on Earth have them in our DMs.
News. Of course you and somebody got them. Dude,
me and somebody on Earth, we hated you. We hated you. You're so annoying.
It was true.
I know this.
Dude, I remember when me and Z-Man had beef because of my Robocast video. And literally somebody on Earth DM'd me and telling me stuff about Z-Man. So it was extra funny.
Didn't he say
to not start shit with you?
He's like, don't start shit with you.
Yeah, basically. I think it was funny too. It's so funny. It's such a bit of history too.
That's why you don't start things with
that was before you guys buried the hatchet, and you guys buried the hatchet. And I was there for the Unturned official Discord server. That was classic.
I remember. That's a whole lore. That's some lore.
That's
what are you talking about?
That's why
no, me and somebody on Earth buried the hatchet.
Oh,
it was a whole event.
The whole dude. That should have been a fucking machinima.
It was a server-wide event.
Okay, I want to attack Z-Man on this one real quick. Z-Man, what the fuck were you thinking of when you did your new video talking about how everyone that you attacked basically disappeared or
what
got
are you talking about?
Yeah.
What was that whole Brad section?
So good.
What was that Brad section, real quick?
Dude, yeah, that was weird.
What video are you
that made you sound like you incriminated yourself so much. Like you were like,
yeah,
man, I don't know who does this, and I don't condone this kind of behavior, but also, can you tell me how you did it?
Can you tell me how you removed 5,000 people?
I'm not that I want to do it or condone it, but I want to know.
But you want to come on the Unturned podcast?
I never got a message, by the way. No one ever messaged me. So
I don't condone this kind of behavior, but can you tell me how you did it? I just want to know.
If you want the scoop on why I did that, I was actually planning on
doing it.
Informing the fucking no. I was in because the fucking Spammel and Brad were trying to find this fucking guy, so I put that in my video. And then if the guy did come to me, I was totally gonna just rat him out. That was the whole idea.
Well, I did.
Bro, somehow that makes it worse. That's just rude.
See that, guys? Z-Man is a snake. If you tell him how you did,
Z-Man,
he will rat you out to Brad.
That's fucked up.
Listen, all I'm saying is, the only reason I was gonna rat him out to Brad is because I wanted to be. Because now I don't give a fuck. I'm not like this whole plan I had. I'm not even gonna do anymore. So.
Your plan.
The plan. What do you mean by that?
66.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. So I have this. I'm doing this thing. I'm doing a thing. I can't say what it is because I don't want them
God,
to
he
know.
has the kid. He found him.
I think he knew. I think he found the guy.
He found him.
I'm doing a thing. My plan was if I rat this guy out, I could be on good terms with them.
Oh.
And I'm gonna siphon information from these people
Wow,
for my
this is
own
quite
benefit.
elaborate.
I know exactly what you're talking about now. Okay.
Charles knows about it. I can't say it because it isn't. It's not 100% official yet.
Say it, Charles. Say it.
I'm not gonna say it. That's not my business. That's not my business.
This makes for really good podcast material when you talk about something you.
Well, I will talk about something that interesting that happened recently with me, I guess, and that's like somewhat in correlation, but not really. So
It's
had
kind of
erectile dysfunction.
okay, so something stupid happened, and I didn't really realize it until
erectile dysfunction.
So
I was right.
So last episode we had Lime on, right? And we were discussing about where were all the people that were on Lime hosting gonna go, and they were all sent to Modern. Dude, I completely forget to like get rid of my Lime account and completely like stop my service so that it wouldn't transfer to Modern, right?
Did you get transferred?
So I'm sitting at I'm at school, I think, or I'm not even home, and I get 8 DMs from my Gmail account, all from Modern, and it's the whole process was immediately done for me. The server was made, everything was done except for the information, except for I think my address was also given, which is kind of interesting.
No,
because I was looking at it.
Oh yeah.
I don't. It's not that crazy because it's a dip. I have a setup address for something else, but so it wasn't anything crazy like that. But it was I just want to know that my information for my money was there, and it was not. So immediately everything moved to Modern, and I'm gonna say this real quick. Modern's website, I never looked at it, but when I saw it, it looked pretty nice. The panel looked pretty nice, and it looked pretty nice to actually operate.
It's a template.
No, even if it is, it's really nice to look at. I'll give credit where credit is due. The whole website, the whole panel, it was nice, clean fucking panel, clean everything. And I immediately deactivated my account. I immediately canceled the server, and and that was
You just don't trust them.
That's just weird. Can I just say something?
Also,
maybe it's just me being a fucking schizophrenic, but just the idea of you're paying for a service, the service is going to end, and you get transferred to some other service.
That is weird.
And it's for no money, by the way.
That they gave you. It's strange that they gave you gave them all of your personal info as well.
That is super fucking sucks.
I mean,
weird.
That is pretty suspicious.
I'm not entirely sure. The only thing they didn't get was my details for my cards. So that's the best thing.
Yeah, I messaged fucking Lime. I messaged him because I was hosting a server.
Yeah, get his ass.
I messaged him. I'm like, do not fucking transfer me to Modern. Modern doesn't like me. We're not on good terms.
No, you guys should use Froshington.
I actually
what?
like those guys.
I fucking love Froshington.
I like those guys too.
That's what me and Serati used ages ago. The guy's really nice.
Bro, that's not even a word.
No, it's a server.
Washington?
It's like a server. I've been on their servers before. They had
guy.
Washington and PEI. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool people.
He's a cool guy. Respect.
I don't think it's.
No, but that was
everyone watching this video. Buy Froshington servers now.
But yeah, it was interesting to look at Modern's thing. And also, by the way, it was uncapped player limit, which is kind of interesting. So, because
Cap.
what Lime was doing, from what I remember, it was like you would have to pay for extra slots to actually get, for a server. But for Modern, it was just unlimited for $1 and like 95 cents less than Lime was providing for the same service. So I'm not sure if it was a discount for it, because I know other services were providing discounts to people who were Lime, people. So I'm not sure if it was a discount for just because we were Lime associated, or if it was actually the base price.
Limed.
I'm not sure. If it was the base price, and it's a pretty good deal. I'm like just now the spokesperson for Modern, but at the same time, I don't really like Modern. I don't really trust a lot of things that they do.
I'm the spokesperson. Fucking hate him though.
No, I feel like I'm becoming one.
shit.
So let me say this real quick. I don't really trust Modern. There's been a lot of things I've seen that, like, to me it seems
Hearsay, Your Honor. Hearsay.
because of the biggest example was the Zype. If anyone knows who Zype is, you probably will know. But yeah, based on that situation, I was like, eh.
I love TikTok.
I'm back from my fucking dump.
Yes. That was a fast ass shit. Holy hell.
Didn't even notice you
Yeah,
left.
I didn't even notice you left. Honestly.
Bro,
Yeah.
I can when I fucking need to get down and shit,
Man,
I can do it so fast.
you
I could
dookie crazy fast.
I could probably do a speed run on
Speed
shit.
run.
Did you even wipe?
I did wipe. I wiped, I flushed, I washed my hands.
You just a hit and run.
I hit and run that fucking toilet. I bombed it like Hiroshima, baby. Let's
Oh
go.
my fucking.
Bruh, called out a fat man dropping in that shit. Schizo laugh. What the hell?
Okay.
All right. Well, is there anything else we guys want to talk about?
And
Because I,
fucking
No.
of course, I just want to talk.
Witness, why'd you start making videos again?
What do you mean? Why did I start making videos?
Yeah, we thought you
again?
left forever. We were very disappointed.
Like for
We were
Unturned
really
or just in
sad.
general?
In general, because you were on YouTube, then you stopped for like a year or something, and now you're back
Yeah.
you're under a new Atlas.
So, I was editing for Union for a little while, so I just kind of stopped what I was doing because I thought it was kind of pointless, and I thought I could sort of turn my editing and for Union into like an actual. I edit for bigger creators because Union was no slouch at the time I was editing for him, and we were still good friends. So I was like, I don't really need my own channel anymore, considering the fact that I could probably turn this into a more expansive career option. And at the time, I was sort of like, I was already like not too happy with the state of Fleshy Pig as a channel. I didn't like the persona. I didn't like who I was on that channel. I didn't like the history behind it. So I was very unmotivated to work on it. And then with the falling out with Union, I decided that, and it came to make, like, when you read or watch something like that's just bad, you just watch like a really bad movie and you think I could have done that way better.
Yeah.
I think I just started watching like Dream,
Oh,
and I was like, I could do what he's doing way better, and still like, and it just seems like weird that he's as popular as he is.
Yeah.
So I think
He karma boosted. What do you mean? Yeah, it's not supposed to happen naturally on YouTube.
yeah. So I think a lot of my motivation for just coming back and making videos is the fact that it's like, I really like entertaining people. I love performing or doing that stuff. That's really what I've been doing the majority of my life, is performing for people or making people laugh. Like that was the entirety of school for me. I'm not saying like all class clowns are going to be massive performers, but for me, just in general, growing up, I always knew I sort of wanted to entertain or whatever, or make people happy with things I create. I didn't want to do a boring sort of thing, and I think YouTube is such an accessible way to accomplish a career in entertainment. If you look at like specifically Joji, I think, or Filthy Frank, George Miller, look at how he's transferred his YouTube career into an actual, like, he's a full-on celebrity figure now, right?
To the point that people don't even know who had Filthy Frank.
Yeah, I think like YouTube as a whole for me is really accessible, and I think it's an achievable goal to be able to be big. I don't think you really like. I don't think it's much luck. I think it is all just figuring out what works for your channel and trying to stay on a relatively straightforward schedule, as well as keeping your quality consistent. And if you actually make good videos and your videos are about you as much as they are the game, because I think a lot of channels fail where it's like they put too much emphasis on what they're playing, or the videos aren't really about them. It's like the focal should be about them or their editing, right? But it's not.
That's
it's just
true.
like the game. I think when you see stuff like that, it sort of inspires you to be like, I could do this, and I could totally have this dream job of just being able to make silly videos instead of having to sit in an office or whatever.
Can you tell that to my mom so I can finally quit my job?
Oh my
and
God.
live in the basement while I
Well,
do it?
you just make Serati videos.
Man,
come on
I
now.
make other videos.
Yeah, he does Phantom Forces lore. Come on.
Yeah, come on, man.
No,
Come
you don't
on,
actually
man.
do that, right?
He
Did
did.
you not see my? Did you not see my
I'll
latest?
put it in the chat right now.
Yeah,
You think I watch your video?
bro,
Man.
I'm unsubscribing from you. I'm actually unsubscribing from you.
Man.
I don't know. I'm so like, the only Unturned lore thing that matters to me is the fact that this is a harebrained lore theory. Okay,
Okay,
Sexual?
I'm
I-
interested.
I think that the washing machines on every official
Oh my
map are
fucking-
what spread the virus.
Unoriginal. Unoriginal.
It's
True.
true though.
That is
It's
also
true
bad,
though.
Also bad.
It's
I'm gonna
true,
make
though.
a video about
It's
that. How
not
about that?
true.
I'll
Thank
become
you,
the better
thank you,
lore guy.
Z-Man.
You know what,
Yeah,
man,
I
if you
agree
make-
with this.
If you make a video about that, I will like and I will unsubscribe and then resubscribe. And
I
turn
will
on.
like and then
Yeah.
unsubscribe. That's two contradicting statements right there.
No, I'm gonna.
I'm getting the
I'm
soundboard
gonna
up.
unsubscribe just to resubscribe to
I'm
him.
soundboarding. Fuck you.
Okay. Please. No.
Isn't there like 3 storylines in Unturned that never really played out?
Dude, do you think
Yeah.
Nelson gives a shit about the lore?
No, I don't think so. But he did set it
a
up.
lot.
He did set it up though.
I mean, watch when I interviewed Nelson. I have that video on my channel too. Not that you watch it.
Sure.
All right.
No, but he.
Connection terminated.
We're not doing this, Z-Man.
Yay!
We're not doing this. We're not
So
ending an episode
funny.
with the fucking connection terminated again.
Yippee!
Does anyone else though? On a real note, does anyone else think FNAF is kind of overrated?
No.
No.
Yeah.
I think FNAF is mid.
Yeah, I think I've never played it. I think it's mid.
Well, wait, if you never played it, then
Because I don't go.
I've never
are you
played it, but
scared,
it's
Z-Man?
mid.
Are you scared?
The reason why
Oh,
FNAF is as
Freddy
popular as
Fazbear.
it is now is because of Map. As much as people hate that,
Nah,
it's the
it's just a
truth.
Markiplier.
Wait. Okay, wait.
No,
Before
let's get
we-
real
we
here.
gotta- we
He
gotta
played the game.
answer some-
They didn't make it more interesting. I mean, the game itself.
What?
Markiplier played the game. Let's get real. He played the game.
Markiplier is so fucking
So did
sexy,
Daco,
though.
and so did like basically almost every other FNAF YouTuber.
That's
Markiplier
oh
was
my
technically
God.
like
Oh.
the precipice for it. He made it big. That is true. But
He's
look at the
sexy as
longevity
fuck,
of it.
though.
Let's get
Answer
real as
viewer
Matt.
questions
Bro.
now. We gotta answer viewer questions now.
Okay.
Okay.
Viewer questions.
Or viewer
Sid
questions.
Leono asks if you're being held at gunpoint and have to come up with a mod concept that is realistically possible with today's tools, what would you come up with?
A
Oddly
mod
specific.
concept.
Yeah. If you're being held at
I
gunpoint.
think my mod concept would be better buildables, like I was talking about earlier. Like imagine just having better structures. I think most structures would be a cool mod.
Yeah, better sentries, like a better sentries mod than the better sentries mod.
I
that there
think
already is.
what sentries need is like to be like Rust sentries where you don't need a gun. You just build the sentry and then put ammo in it, because sentries run out so
True.
quickly that they seem really
You
like
do need a gun Rust though for the sentry.
yeah, but
You need a gun.
yeah,
to
yeah,
craft
yeah,
it.
yeah. You need a gun to craft it, but like
To make the actual base sentry. What do you mean?
yeah,
You need a gun to put it
In
in the
Rust.
gun, like in
No,
the
you
sentry.
don't. You don't
Yeah,
put the,
yeah,
Rust-
but in Unturned, that's just you can't craft the gun, you know.
I guess.
Whereas in Rust, you can craft the gun. It's not an RNG
Okay,
thing.
okay.
You farm it and you get it. You know what
Okay,
I mean?
I now get it. I was like confused.
This is
You get it? You little fish finger.
Okay, here's my mod concept. Just prop hunt warehouse. Literally, just make.
No, that's dummy.
There you go. Hey, look, that's feasibly possible, and it's on the spot.
You would get shot.
Well, no,
Alright.
that's
That's the
basic.
whole
I
point
mean,
of
I
prop
already
hunt,
gave
dude.
Brain would be gone.
the question asked if it was feasibly possible and could be easily done. They just put like really big objects.
I think
and then
most
put a bunch of vests that like.
Most structures for sure.
You could do it. It could happen.
I think there should be a mod where you know what I mean?
Okay, what's the next
Yeah.
question, Knight?
Next question. J-Dance asks, the trend in cringe mods that are mainly to flex are going up. What kind of mods would you guys like to see made if it could be made? Wait,
Can I see my prop hunt?
I feel like this
Ew.
may be a retread.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next question?
All right.
Bad easy.
Liam W asks, my balls hurt?
Yeah.
This guy. I'm asking for questions.
Okay. Fine. Star LV asks Knight, why are you so based? Doesn't play Freezer. Well,
You're
you see,
fucking
Star.
making
This
up.
guy
I'm
is-
actually,
I'll ask a question.
No,
Yeah,
that's
can
what
we
he
get some
said.
real questions in here?
No, okay.
What is this?
What?
Here, I'll try to ask why Eunice is being an attention seeker.
He's so
What do you
cool.
mean?
I fucking love Eunice.
hate
Eunice,
Eunice.
if you're watching this, I love you.
There's a lot of
Eunice,
things.
if
You
you're
should-
watching this,
You should
Dude,
treat yourself
Eunice
now.
protection is fucking.
I mean, I like
Eunice,
Eunice.
if you're watching this right now, you're muted again for a week.
I mean, personally, I'm gonna unmute him, but at the same time, I like Eunice.
No,
you can't really go wrong with
I
him.
love Eunice. Eunice, if
Why?
you're watching this, I
Devil's
love
advocate.
you.
I think the
love
thing
you.
with Eunice,
You should treat yourself now.
I think the thing with Eunice is that he's just like, I think people don't realize that it's all majority of what he does is just for memes.
Eunice.
Like people were telling me, people were
no,
telling me,
it's for me. It's just unfunny and
people were
annoying.
telling me.
No,
Now
he's so
you-
much. Michael, he's way funnier than you, dude.
I
Come on
will,
now.
I will look
That
up
is
this.
wrong.
He's
That
so
is
He's made me
funny.
laugh more than that.
No.
Eunice and
He is
like
really
Unturned
funny.
Antics and all those fuckers, they remind me of me when I was starting out. I won't lie.
So Z-Man, are
What,
you saying you will
racist?
die? So you will die by the hands of Eunice?
Minus the racism. Minus
Are you
the
saying that
racism.
Eunice will depose you?
Eunice is a fucking Z-Man clone.
No, he
No, he's
isn't.
not.
He's yet to make a content.
He is
call.
yet to gone schizophrenic.
He's like, dude, I will never live that down, huh?
No.
He's yet to make a second channel that's ripping off of Jay Schlatt.
Bro, I don't. What the fuck?
He is.
You literally made like biggest guy or
Yeah,
whatever
he
as
did.
your second channel.
Wait, no, my second channel is Z-Man 1069. Oh no, my clips down. Yeah, that's a copy.
Yeah, come on now. You're trying to be like,
Yeah, but that's
nah, I
funny.
never do that.
Yeah, but that's
What do you
funny,
mean?
he says.
The
That's
clips
funny.
channel is.
Oh,
Funny.
okay, Z-Man, I have a
weird.
real question for you.
All right, what's the question?
Why do you keep going on your community page and going, have you watched this video? Stop.
Some meta.
Can you stop doing that?
How do you see that? What do you subscribe?
I'm not subscribed. I've just watched some of your videos, so it keeps popping up in my recommended that you go,
That
have
is
you watched
hilarious.
this video? And I'm like, no, I haven't. I always say no to piss you off.
Listen, that is some meta shit. If you do that, it spikes the amount of.
No,
views
it
the video
doesn't.
gets.
I'm
No,
pretty
it
sure it does
doesn't.
improve the
I've done it to
impressions.
the-
No, it doesn't.
Listen, motherfuck, Chucky, Cocky, Charles. Okay, if you
I'm not
go to
even
the
Charles.
Not you, Charles, because he said. So
I said I'm pretty
Charles,
sure
and-
that's
Charles was
correct.
agreeing
I
with
was
you.
agreeing.
He was
Wait, you. Fuck.
This guy.
No, Charles,
Oh,
show.
nah.
You put the analytics of Unturned podcast episode in the chat. There's little spikes. That's from me doing the have you watched the video thing. It actually works. I actually stole the idea because I was watching this guy and he would.
What
do that all
ideas
the
haven't
time.
you stolen though?
What ideas have I not?
Oh, shooting on Brad's RP. That's original.
That's original. I did.
Yeah, that's original.
Not, dude. I used to steal, but nowadays I do my own shit. Listen, man, look, you gotta start somewhere, okay?
I remember when you did like. I think this is the funniest Z-Man moment is when you made like a montage that was obviously like a
what a rip of the Sailor montage.
Yeah, kind of, right? And if you look at the comments now, it's you removed it.
I removed.
Oh no,
what?
you didn't. In the description of that video, if in the description of that video on your Vanya montage, it says 2021 edit. Fleshy Pig is a massive cunt. I made this before I met him.
I'm deleting the video. I'm just gonna get rid of it. I don't even know where that video fucking is. How fucking back is that?
That's
Man,
really
how old is that video?
That's 4 fucking years ago. It's gone.
That is so.
You just
funny,
killed the
man.
video.
I was looking through your.
You commented dab on it, my fuck.
Yeah,
private.
you were so funny.
That's the only thing in the description. 2021 edit. Oh my.
Good times. You're gonna need to put that like. You guys need to make like if someone this is podcast advice for the end of the podcast. If you guys talk about something like if you have like a quote or something.
Not taking the advice.
You should put like an image of it on screen so that the viewers also understand what's being spoken about.
No.
I keep saying this, and Charles is fucking lazy. He won't do it.
Charles
lazy
I need to study for tests.
Why wouldn't you want to? Why wouldn't you want to do it, Charles?
Because I'm lazy and I got other
Lazy.
things to do.
Like
Yeah,
what?
exactly.
Why else are you doing?
I got a bunch of studying to do for a test.
He's being a nerd.
Wah, I gotta study. Wah, I'm a part of the system.
Unturned lore.
I have like a lot.
I make Unturned lore because I'm cringe.
The Knight Rider.
The Knight Rider.
To be fair, we shit on Knight, but like the videos do good. The lore videos he makes, they
Yeah,
do
because
good.
I guess people miss Serati.
Serati, yeah,
Yeah,
well, I miss Serati.
It's like a heroin addict. They don't care about the quality anymore. They just need a fix.
Man, my quality.
That's what they said about Z-Man when it comes to
Your
Zoom.
thumbnail-
That's literally what they said about Z-Man.
No, my thumbnail game is bad, but the videos, I mean.
They're all
Work on your thumbnails.
Listen, I'm giving Staswalle money to remake every single one of my thumbnails
Oh
that
my
he hasn't
God.
already made.
You're paying someone to do it for
people
you?
instead of letting
Yes,
them
I'm bad at
themselves.
thumbnails.
We'll try it. Okay,
It's easy.
China, you should have talked. You pay other people to do your videos.
Shut up. You swear to goodness.
He ran out of money. He ran out of money, so he can't pay more
All
people to
about
do his
that.
videos.
Untruthful.
Can I point out
Untruthfulness, dude.
that the Knight Rider has a Russia reference?
Also,
like,
Eunice, we might
he's
need to get a call
pro-Russia?
afterwards. So, yeah, just
Like,
remember
look,
that.
look at this.
No.
Look,
Oh,
Knight Rider,
no.
you're pro-Russia.
Hold on.
Rider.
What
Knight
is this?
Rider. Dude, he is playing.
You're gonna need to put that.
Roblox.
You're gonna need to put that in the video. Kukoi.
This is like an hour and like 20 minutes in. I'm not doing that.
We're still
Fucking
going.
lazy guy.
Yeah, I'm a lazy guy. I got things to do. I want to relax.
What do you? I gotta study, bro. I gotta
Yeah.
study. Dude, I'm doing bio.
dog.
I'm doing biology 3rd year right now, man.
I love tear gas.
I've gotta learn about the penises. What the hell is that gift?
That's Doug.
The
made
Undone
That's
video.
excellent.
that. Doug made that. That's a gif of a baby shooting us.
Unturned lore introduction.
So Unturned lore. I
You
like.
watched my first video? Ew.
No, I just saw the thumbnail for your first video is better than all of your other thumbnails.
Bro,
Wait, let me
I
look.
literally stole that from DeviantArt. I didn't even. credit
Okay,
the
that's
dude.
even
my
worse.
God.
Yeah, like I don't.
Oh, that sucks. That thumbnail sucks.
I don't think
Dude,
It's Doug's
I mean,
thing.
I don't.
I like the Unturned thumbnail of the complete story of Unturned. Like, what happened
Sir
there?
Addy
Why
made-
did?
Sir Addy made
Ratty
it.
made
That's
it.
I was about to say. I was literally about to say that is such a Serati type thumbnail. Like,
Bro. Fucking all right. What's the future hold for witness protection? What's your
future?
Are
What's
you
my
doing
plan?
more Unturned free to fuck?
yeah, I think I think for now I'm going to basically make Unturned videos. I think the problem though is like this is not to shit on Panda. If Panda's watching this video,
He's not.
which he
He's
probably
not.
isn't, because Z-Man's in it. So,
I want to
but
do that gag, but I'm not going to.
I think
What's the
there,
gag?
Shut up,
there
Fred.
comes a point. There comes a point where you make like the same videos, right, for the same group of people over and over again, that it becomes almost impossible to branch out. Like
Lol.
you would really have to get lucky to sort of get out of what you're doing, right? So
Lol.
I think it's important to stick with a community because that allows you to grow your channel. But I think it comes a time where you need to collaborate or work with people who are in a different community to try reach a new audience. So my plan, if it works, is to work on what I do right now and make videos that I enjoy making for Unturned, and then occasionally just other stuff because I like making other things as well. Obviously, I think it's important to keep things fresh and interesting. And I want to stay away from doing series. I don't think series work too well. I think individual videos are more impactful because when you work on a series, you sort of need people to watch the previous episodes to know what's happening in the latest one. Like, think about how many views you lose after the first episode, right?
Yeah, I've always noticed that the first video in a series is always better.
Yeah.
Than
Whereas
one.
if you just make standalone videos constantly, people are gonna always, because it's pretty much essentially always an episode one, right? So I think I'm gonna stick to trying to make very unique. I can't say I'm making original videos because I'm not. I'm making videos that I think are fresh. I think this is something that a lot of people can interpret. I watched a screenwriting video on YouTube recently. I can't remember the video exactly. I'll look for it. But essentially they said that considering the fact that pretty much every idea for writing has been done, but you can make those ideas fresh still. Even though they're not original ideas, you can make them fresh. Like, look at John Wick, right? That's just an action movie. That's just a revenge film. How many revenge films have been done? But it's fresh because it has an interesting take on the whole genre of it, right? And it's interesting. It doesn't try to be something it's not, and it's a fresh take on something, right? I think it's important to try keep your videos fresh. Like, not original, but have them have fresh ideas. I think trying to getting stuck into the loop of making the same thing over and over again, it devalues the rest of your content. Because eventually you will peak at that one type of video, right? And then it can only get worse from there. There's going to be a plateau. So you need to diversify your content in order to keep yourself invested as well as keep people who are watching invested. So to answer your question, I think my plan for the future is upload Unturned until I feel like I hit a plateau, and then keep doing things that I enjoy at the same time and see how far I can get. Because obviously, I think all of our dreams, I think we can collectively agree, is just to not be able to have a shitty job and just to sit on our asses and make Unturned or whatever videos we're going to be making. I think that's essentially what we all want to do, right?
I want to be an author.
I like that idea. I like that idea as well, Mr. Knight Rider. But I think, I mean, to answer, that's how I'd answer that question. I think that's what I want to be doing. I just want to make fresh ideas for Unturned for the meantime, but eventually I want to do everything else. And I think my next couple videos are probably going to be very fresh, to say the least. I don't think anyone's done what I'm doing in Unturned just yet, but we'll see how it goes.
That's a bold claim.
I think it is a bold claim because I looked up on YouTube, but no one else has done it. So.
Well, hey, that's what I did with my Roblox video. Nobody
Oh, I
else.
thought you were about to say lore.
That nobody in the history has done Unturned.
Nobody has done Unturned
Yeah,
lore.
no one.
Well, nobody's done the complete story
Okay.
of Unturned lore.
Ratty did it, bro.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
like
yeah,
a
he
while
did.
ago. You just remade it. You just redid a new one.
All right, fine. Be that way. I guess semantics.
Be that way.
It's not semantics.
Be that way then.
Can you spell semantics?
SEW78
What?
Hold up.
exclamation mark.
Hold up.
Hell no, no.
No, Sarati's third video ever. The known story so far. Let's go to the night. Let's go to the Knight Rider real fast. Hold up.
Knight Rider is like
The complete story of Unturned. Why video game creepypastas are so terrifying. They're not really though.
I mean, we'll watch the video.
No, I don't want
Okay.
to.
Okay, then your opinion's invalid.
Is there any more questions
what?
we have for Flash?
Oh, bitch.
When
now
this,
my
my bad.
house.
No one had questions for me. They had questions for Nilex.
Hey,
No.
let's ask some of the Nilex questions.
All right, let's end this
Yeah,
episode.
I'll-
We've been going on for too long.
Here, I'll
what is-
pretend to be
what-
Nilex.
what-
Hello, guys.
What
Cheerio.
inspired you to make?
Can we end this episode? I'm gonna end the episode.
What did it inspire me to do? What?
Eat
To make
beans and a slice of tomato
unturned
for
roleplay
breakfast.
videos? Was it
Well-
chance your lack of bitches?
Well,
wasn't
listen. When
funny,
I was in Leeds High School with my friend Dubsy,
Okay, I'm gonna end this episode.
we was playing along.
All right, that concludes this episode of the Unturned podcast. I've been your host, Cucuycharles, and
We came up with the idea to do little. I was a big fan of Frankie on
so
PC,
stop it, this
so
guy.
I wanted to do.
Stop.
I wanted to do a video like that for Unturned, and I just, it sort of blew up, and I just roll with it. So, yeah, that's my whole thing.
More like
This
Frankie
show
on
sucks.
Xbox. More like Frankie on Xbox. Ha ha
This
ha.
show
you go.
sucks.
Ha ha ha.
Wait, guys,
Suck
I
it on
found
my-
him. Guys, look in the chat. I found him. It's the Knight Rider, guys.
All right, I'm
Yo,
done.
yo,
All right,
guys,
this concludes this episode of the Unturned podcast.
Do you think
I've been your host.
Nilex watches Alvin and the Chipmunks
my
or Alvin and the Crisp Monks?
Goodbye. And just say bye before I end this episode.
Goodbye.
Sex.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Sex.
Bye.
Everyone.
Sex.